You've got some picture with an extreme ISO for specific lighting condition and you are trying to save those files for a client. Today we're gonna see how to save those files with DXO PureRAW 5. So let's jump into it and see how it works. I've got here 3 pictures on Lightroom because you can use this software as a standalone to get your files ready at first, or you can do like me, use it seamlessly with Lightroom as a plugin. I've got with me 3 pictures taken in extreme condition. We have here one picture with 5000 ISO, which is something that you might end up doing in some specific lighting condition. I've got one extreme example. We're gonna start with this 51200 ISO. It's pretty high. Most of the time not usable, but you will see that with this software you can save those files. And another picture from Thailand, just like a really bit wider picture with like not portrait too close to show you how much details you can bring back to your pictures. And to access to the plugin, you do right click, export, and you have different options with you. You have preview and process with DXO, process directly using the last setting, and process instantly, which will not make you jump to the software, but just do everything on the back and then exporting back the pictures to Lightroom to work directly on it. So me, just to show you how it works, we're gonna do preview and process. Just before to see exactly what is the software inside, DXO PureRAW is not an editing software, it's a pre-processor software. So let's make myself understandable. It's using algorithm to clean your raw files to be able to start working on a clean raw files, sharp and without noise. That's mostly the most important you have to remember. It does other things as well, like taking care of your lens adjustment to be sure there is no vignetting, distortion, chromatic aberration. You can use it as a standalone or also by using one of the editing software you are used to work with in your workflow and integrate it as a plugin. Think of it as a noise reduction powerhouse that will preserve all the details of your pictures. Since we are using DXO PureRAW 5, let's talk quickly about the new feature that you will be able to see in this update. First and the most improvement, you have Deep Prime XD, which is right now the best noise reduction tool you can get in your hand with DXO PureRAW 5. You have also a very good feature which will be able to jump into very specific needs. It's the local adjustment. You can now use a brush to be able to use dose cleaning in specific areas of your pictures. Also, within those new features, you can now process your pictures faster, which will save you even more time in your workflow. The idea is to start with the preview before and after. You can obviously zoom into your pictures and to see in details what it does to your pictures. It takes some time to process over here. That's right here, that's perfect. And you can see the before is extremely noisy, and just instantly using the XD2S XD, sorry, it's not the easiest name to say, you can see how it cleans the picture so well. And like this, it's already pretty nice. So you have different versions that you can choose here. Deep Prime 3 is an older version, so most of the time I will just stick to this one. The XD3 is still on beta, but it's gonna be a better version, and this one with the X-Trans is supporting Fujifilm camera. So I know there's a lot of Fujifilm photographer recently, so you can be happy your camera is now supported and you can use this software that will save some of your best street photography. Once you are here, you have a few settings. You can change the luminance, which will soften the pictures and remove all the noise. Most of the time I'm trying to take it not more than half, so a little bit less, just to bring back some details, because I don't want to cheat on my pictures too much, otherwise it can look a little bit more like plastic and fake. So you want to balance it the way it looks good for you. And for details, so if you want to bring up some details on this kind of pictures with such extreme ISO, this is the kind of thing that you want to do. As you can see, if I go lower, the picture will look like way more soft. We are losing a lot of details on the forehead, and just by pushing this up a little bit, you will see directly that we have way more texture on the skin, and this is the kind of thing that you want to keep your pictures that have a natural look. So that's how you do it, just by adjusting this, and that's why I prefer to organize my pictures before on Lightroom to be able to have only the pictures I'm going to work with once I'm on PureRAW. And when you've done this, you have other few options. Sometimes you can apply the lens correction directly on Lightroom if you do it, then you shouldn't use the lens correction by DXO. But DXO is specifically renowned for the treatment of their lens, the correction of the distortion, chromatic aberration, and other things. That's kind of the specialty, so I would prefer to trust DXO on this side and not Lightroom. So you can do it in this small tab by choosing the vignetting, chromatic aberration, lens distortion, and apply intensity to it, which will change it to custom. And you have a few parameter, few presets, let's say you can do from soft to hard. Most of the time, as I want my pictures to look as natural as possible, I try to stick to the standard. One of the new options that I wanted to show you with DXO PureRAW is that they are starting to implement the brush tool to have localized correction. How it works. First, let's go back to the main pictures over here, and just on the top right corner, you have the brush tool. You can add and remove the area where you are painting on your picture. For now, it's very good they used it, because you never know when you want to use it, and when you did it, it's good to have it here. But I'm hoping in the future that they are going to have like automatic recognition subject to be able to have like proper refined edges. But that's here, and we cannot complain. If we need it, we have it, which is the most important. You can select the pictures right here. If you have different pictures that you want to process with different setting, you can select the picture that you want with the setting that you applied, and when it's done, you just have to press process now. And that's all. I have the DNG created. I can go back to my Lightroom, and normally right next to it I should have exactly the DNG version, which is right there. And that's crazy. To me, to be able to save a 51,000 ISO picture is such an incredible job. So just having this as a tool on your computer, just in case you have to save your files for your client, it's perfect. Typically, for example, for me, it happens that I took pictures for an event, and the room where I was extremely dark, and sometimes you have like a deep black environment with the wall and the setting, and you cannot really use a flash the way you want. So what I do is that I will just increase my ISO to 6400, even more sometimes, select the pictures I want to keep, send everything to DXO, treat everything, go back to Lightroom and work then naturally the way I would do it before on Lightroom. And all my pictures will look refined and way more clean for client. Since client doesn't know how editing pictures works, sometimes they might be a little bit surprised that like pictures might end up a little bit noisy, grainy, etc. And having DXO PureRAW on your side is just the best way to be sure your client will be happy with what they get at the end. You probably got how to use the software and how much time it can save for you, and that's probably why I like it so much. When you treat tons of pictures, you just go grab a coffee, come back, your pictures are done, you can just work on it directly and just saving time in your workflow. You know how much time is important when you start to work as a professional. Don't forget to subscribe. We are going to talk about the new version of FilmPack 8, and the combination of using a PureRAW file with FilmPack to get the whole aesthetic on your pictures might be very interesting, so be sure to subscribe to not miss this. Otherwise, I think we had a good turnaround. Thanks a lot DXO for your trust, and until then, I'll see you around. That was Antoine.